Imagine building cities that rivaled Rome, trading with kingdoms thousands of miles away, creating monuments that survived for centuries. Then, one day, history acts like you never existed. Not because your civilization disappeared, but because the world forgot your name. This is the story of a kingdom so powerful that it shaped an entire continent, yet most people have never heard of it. And by the end of this video, you'll understand why its disappearance might be one of history's greatest mysteries. When people think about ancient Africa, most imagine Egypt, the pyramids, the pharaohs. But far to the south, another civilization was quietly becoming one of the richest kingdoms on earth. Its name was Aksum. For centuries, it controlled trade between Africa, Arabia, India, and the Mediterranean. Gold flowed through its markets, ivory, frankincense, exotic animals, silk. Its merchants sailed oceans while much of Europe struggled through political collapse. Ancient writers ranked Aksum alongside Rome, Persia, and China as one of the four great powers of the age. Yet today, ask 10 people about Aksum. Most have never heard the name. How does an empire that powerful disappear from memory? The answer begins with something almost nobody expected. Aksum wasn't a small tribal kingdom. It built enormous cities. Massive stone monuments called stelae rose into the sky. Some weighed more than 500 tons. They were carved from single pieces of granite, without modern cranes, without steel machinery, without engines. Even today, historians debate exactly how they moved them. Imagine standing beside one. It towers over you like a skyscraper carved from solid rock. Every line was carefully cut, every angle measured. One mistake, and months of work would be lost forever. Yet they built dozens. Not one, not two, dozens. But these monuments hide another mystery. Many mark underground tombs, tombs that still raise questions today. Archaeologists uncovered incredible treasures beneath Aksum: jewelry, coins, glass imported from distant lands, luxury goods from places thousands of kilometers away. That alone changes history, because it proves something remarkable. Africa wasn't isolated. It sat at the center of global trade. Ships carrying spices from India, merchants from Arabia, Roman traders seeking ivory and gold. Everyone passed through Aksum. Its rulers became incredibly wealthy. In fact, Aksum was one of the first African kingdoms to mint its own coins. Gold, silver, bronze, stamped with kings whose names are barely remembered today. So if the kingdom was this rich, what could possibly destroy it? Was it war, disease, something worse? The truth is stranger than most people realize. Empires rarely collapse overnight. They weaken, slowly, almost invisibly. Climate may have shifted. Farmland became less productive. Trade routes changed. New powers rose nearby. Wars drained resources. Every problem seemed manageable on its own. Together, they became impossible. Then something unexpected happened. The sea itself turned against them. As Islamic empires expanded across key trade routes during the 7th century, Aksum gradually lost control of the commerce that had made it rich. Without trade, its economy shrank. Its influence faded. Its cities became quieter. Generation after generation, people left. Stone buildings crumbled. Nature slowly reclaimed the land. But losing power doesn't explain something even more puzzling. Why did the rest of the world stop talking about them? History isn't only written by winners. It's also written by survivors. Records burn, libraries disappear, languages change, kingdoms fall. When European historians later focused heavily on Greece, Rome, and medieval Europe, many African civilizations received little attention. Not because they lacked achievements, but because fewer written records reached later generations. Over time, the name Aksum faded. Its monuments stood silently while centuries passed around them. Travelers saw towering stones without knowing who built them. Some invented legends, others simply ignored them. An empire that once connected continents became little more than a footnote. until archaeology began uncovering the truth. Piece by piece, stone by stone, coin by coin. Today, the ruins of Aksum still stand, quiet, weathered, almost forgotten. But they tell a story that history nearly lost. Civilizations don't disappear because they weren't important. They disappear because no one is left to tell their story. Every broken monument, every buried coin, every forgotten inscription is a reminder that history is incomplete. There are still chapters waiting to be rediscovered, and somewhere beneath the soil, another lost civilization may already be waiting for us to remember its name.